Hey guys.
Oh, wait, change the camera.
We can hear them now.
Oh, yeah. Pamela, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. hear you.
Yay. Okay.
Yes, I know. I was like,
All right.
Morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Oh, now it's going to this. So maybe we just needed it that way. Because it's going to the computer speaker.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Why did the test work though? Okay. Dave and Kendall and Ann, do you want to unmute and test your audio?
Check, check. This is
Hey,
Kendall.
Kendall. Can hear you.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Dave.
Laura, I just sent you about 10 minutes ago an email
The
about
two-
the. Okay, great.
Yep. I got them. I've got them on the screen for when we get to that part. Thank you. Here comes Kathy. And Shenley won't be joining us. She's out of town at a funeral, unfortunately, so. But hopefully Sarah will be joining. Hi, Kathy. Can't hear me.
I don't think so.
Kathy, can you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to say hi, check your audio, make sure you can hear us.
Oh, yep, got you.
Anne, are you there? Anne Marie? No. Anne Marie, can you unmute and make sure we can
Okay.
hear you?
I don't know why my, the video's not coming up.
Okay, we can hear you at least. For video, you know, there's those icons at the bottom and there's one of them's a little video camera and there's a little
But
carrot next to it. Oh, there we go. We see you. Okay, we are still waiting for Sarah, but we do have a quorum if we want to get started. So up to you, Dave.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead.
Okay.
All right, good morning, everyone. The April 26, 2021 regular meeting of the Cherry Hills Village Art Commission will now come to order at 9:30, right on time. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Co-Chair Schmidt,
Here?
Co-Chair Hall,
Here.
Commissioner Finger,
Here.
Commissioner Morrow,
here,
And Commissioner Anderson just joined. Sarah, if you can hear us, you can unmute.
Here.
Great, thank you.
Okay. I don't believe we have any audience participation. So we will move on to the consent agenda for the approval of the March 29th, 2021 minutes. Do we have any, does anyone have any additions or changes to the minutes?
I just wanted to mention one thing that I think if we move on, I won't get to. At the very end of the minutes, Anne Marie or Commissioner Morrow had suggested the commission might work with Anthony Hines May, forgetting his name. He's the one who did that with on sculpture. And I just wanted to mention that I had emailed back and forth with him. He reached out to say hello. And he did say he has a lot more experience preserving pieces right now. So I just wanted to let everyone know that should we reach out to him in the future, and if he were going to do something with wood again, that's a possibility. That it wouldn't necessarily be one that wears away with nature. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anything else that anyone has? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So move.
We have a second?
Second,
Okay. That is approved.
And I'll just call the roll since we're doing Zoom. So Co-Chair Schmidt,
Yes,
Co-Chair Hall,
yes,
Commissioner Finger,
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
the next item is items removed from the consent agenda, and I don't believe there were any that I'm aware of. So do we need to call a roll on that? Laura?
Nope, we can move on to
Okay.
unfinished
right.
business.
So that's the consent agenda. So unfinished business. So the first item is the sculpture on loan. So that's Kindle. And so I guess an update on Windsong 3 and
Sorry, I was muted. I went down to meet Revan Swanson, who is basically helping Bob do all of his installations. And we met at the site and we looked at the post that's there, the base that's there under the Salgi piece. And she confirmed that we can use that. And she has just sent a new proposal. Basically what she's going to do is create a new base plate for it with new concrete bolts. It's up there on the screen, and it will have a sleeve that goes up for a little bit, and then the existing pole will go in to and it'll be 8 feet high, which is with the post, it's at least, I would say probably 9.5, 10 feet high. And I was reaching up and there's no way that anybody will be able to touch the sculpture. It's at a really significant height, so it'll be good. And it'll actually give a little more prominence to that site. I think that the scale is right on. And they can do that in July whenever you guys want to. It's not something that we need to rush into, but obviously we have some approvals that need to happen. But she confirmed that everything is kosher, hunky-dory, all the things that are good. And she can do this installation if we provide a lift from the city for under $900. So that was all good news. So there's
Great.
her bid for the materials. Steel, by the way, has gone up. Like I don't, it's
Yeah.
incredible how much steel costs right now. So this was a good bid. She felt like it was that this was an actual bid that she got. So as soon as we're able, we should lock in our prices before it goes up anymore. Or, you know, I mean, there's a possibility it might go down, but we should definitely give them a thumbs up as soon as we're able.
I think, do we want to move ahead with it? For sure. I would
Yes.
think.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I agree.
The other thing she mentioned to me, I asked how Bob's doing. I mean, he's 90 years old, and she said that, you know, he has a few memory issues, but he would be absolutely excited to come to if we did have a reception or anything. I don't know if he'd want to speak, but it would be really, really terrific for him, you know, a big mood booster for him to be able to come and have, you know, just meet people. And so, you know, just put that in your thoughts if you guys want to actually have something where socially distanced little reception or something like that outside.
Good.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if you could.
Yeah,
Um,
agreed. And
Yeah.
apparently Peggy, his wife, doesn't get out as much anymore. She's, I guess she has Lou Gehrig's disease. It's been a long time that she's probably had it for a while. So speaking is hard for her, but she's absolutely straight. Like emailing her has been totally easy and stuff. She's sharp as a tack, but her body is not responding to all of the things that her brain is telling her. So, which is sad because I've known them for a really long time and they're such a vibrant couple. So, but anyway, I just wanted to let you know that if we did have reception, it would be Bob probably, but not Peggy.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thanks, Kendall. Yeah, just getting old is not fun. I can tell you. Okay, so that's it, I think, on sculpture on loan. So next would be the relocation of the cruise.
Sorry,
series.
Dave.
No, we have
Dave,
to, we have to make a motion that it goes to city council.
To
Oh,
expend the
okay.
funds to do the loan.
All right. Would someone like to make that motion?
Sure, I'll do it. I move to recommend that city council approve the expenditure of up to $11,380 from the Art Commission budget for the delivery, installation, 2-year loan, and removal of Windsong 3 by Robert Mangold to be installed on the Quincy Avenue side of City Hall in the current location of the sculpture Really. Do I have a second?
I second. Commissioner Finger seconds.
thank you.
Okay.
I'll do a roll call. Co-chair Schmidt,
Yes.
co-chair Hall,
Yes?
Commissioner Finger,
Yes.
Commissioner Morrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson.
Yes.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay, and Laura, just to make sure we understand, so we'll put this in the June newsletter so that people, if someone objects, people know what's going on or why.
Yeah, that trend started several years ago, just to make sure that everybody is aware as much communication as we can do that the sculpture is coming, so that if they wanted to comment about it to city council, then they have that opportunity.
Okay.
We
And
always
then-
post the agenda publicly, but this is just an extra step that we've started doing in the last several years.
Okay, and then the June 15th meeting, that'll be a yay or nay from the city council.
Correct.
Okay, so then there shouldn't be any problems, so that if the group wants to start planning something for the fall for a reception or even late summer, they can start doing that, right?
Yeah, the only thing with the timing, this is as good a time as any to bring it up, is that the Parks Department has said that they have capacity to help. They would love to help the Art Commission with this transfer of the sculptures, taking really deinstalling Really and installing Windsong. But they do prefer that that be on the same day if possible.
Oh, okay.
And we were looking at when Really was installed, and it looked like about July 15th, around there. So anytime in July is probably fine, but I wanted to get the Art Commission's opinion on whether we want to, kind of really focus on mid-July to make sure it was a 2-year loan, or if that's, if I'm cutting hairs with that. Splitting hairs.
Okay. I guess
Just if
we-
anyone has any ideas about that, or Kendall, if you could speak in about how the artist might feel about it. I don't know how if Wayne would care.
I think it would be great to be able to have, Really come down and then the next day have something right up there.
Mhm.
But that's up to you. And the reception can happen anytime,
Right.
as far as I'm concerned.
Sure, I just meant that whether that taking Really down in the beginning of July versus mid-July.
Mid-July is fine. I don't think
Okay.
there's any. And what was the question that I had? I can't remember. So they will provide a lift then to be able to do this work.
Yeah, they have that. They have a small, I don't know if you call it like a mini crane or what it is, but
Yeah.
we used it for big bronze walking eye flower.
Yeah.
So they have
that's
that
the same
piece of
thing.
equipment.
Okay, great,
ready
perfect.
to-
Great.
Okay, so we'll coordinate with that and get the loan agreement going and have it on council. Is anybody able to attend the June 15th city council meeting to answer any questions from council?
When is the city council meeting?
It would be Tuesday, June 15th,
At what time?
6:30. And it would most likely be in person. We'll probably have a hybrid option, but we are starting to transition to in-person meetings next month. So
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I'll be
Is anyone
happy to go.
available?
I'm a maybe.
Can go?
I'll be happy to go.
Okay,
is that Anne?
Emery?
yes.
Okay, great. I will put you down.
And Laura, let me know what you need in preparation for anything in terms of I can get you bio information and a picture and, just
Oh,
his
that would be great. Yeah,
background.
that's a good
Okay.
idea. Yep.
If we can get that to include with the sculpture information for the June issue of the crier,
Uh-huh.
that would be really good. So we can give as much information as possible. And that deadline would be May 13th.
May what?
May 13th, 1/3.
Okay. I'm gonna I'll CC you, Jessica, on an email to Revan and Peggy, because they can get all the information you need.
Okay, thank you. I would appreciate it.
Great.
That's a good idea.
What type of information do I have to have available?
It's only if they ask you any questions. Staff will be the one making the initial presentation to City Council. So we'll provide them all of the information in the staff memo. It's more just if they have specific, how does the commission feel? Questions, then you would just represent the commission at that point.
Fine, I can do.
Okay, thank you, Anne, for doing that. Is that it on the sculpture on loan then? Does anybody have anything else? I think we're clear. Great. So Kendall, I guess the possible relocation of the crew
Yeah.
series.
I just drove past it yesterday. My son was at a football game at Kent, and they're just digging up that area, putting more stuff in. So I think I really think it's a great idea for this to be moved. I sent Emmett some pictures that I took of the area on the same day that I was down there with Revan. Obviously there's a lot of snow when I went down there, so hopefully it looks very peaceful and lovely. But I expect Emmett to get back to me, and I'm gonna assume that he'll say like any place you choose will be great, but he may want to come down and select a spot, but I'll let you know when I hear back from him. But I think he's probably okay with any place that's not near the playground. And it's gonna look great in the new park. I think it'll look like little found objects. So I'll keep you apprised of what my conversation is with Emmett. And I know that needs to go to Parks and Trails too. So as soon as I can, I'll find out how he wants to be involved with the moving, or whether or not you guys want to just do it yourselves with the parks lift, or what we need to do. That's just the next step on that.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
I think we'll have to move this to the next agenda, so that you guys, when you do make your recommendation to move it, it can be to a specific location that's approved by the artist. Yeah.
Laura, do we have a cost from the maintenance department as to how much that will cost, or to move that?
Jay thought that there wouldn't necessarily be a cost. He's pretty confident that the Parks and Public Works Department can do it, but he said if there is, it would be no more than $500.
Okay. Do we have that, Kathy?
Yeah, yes, we do.
Yes, we added that to the budget
Uh-huh.
that's in your packet.
Okay.
Yeah. So as soon as I know a location, I will get in touch with you all. And I apologize that I don't have it yet, but it's just been kind of communication is hard right now.
Yeah.
That's fine. We want to do it right. So
Yeah.
How does the commission want to go about finding or selecting the exact placement? Do we want to try to get together there and look it over again, or?
Well, I sent some pictures of possible locations to him,
Okay.
and I wanted to get his sense of the space. So hopefully I can get him to come down. I don't want to take too much of his time to come down, and so let me just see what he says. And if he's okay with you guys selecting a location for it, then we're good to go. You guys could just meet and figure it out, or I could go and meet you there and we could figure it out together.
Okay.
But I just wanted to make sure that Emmett didn't have a strong opinion one way or the other about the new location.
Okay. Can you send us the photos of your?
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That might be helpful if everyone could see those and drive by themselves and take a look.
Yeah, I think the best locations for right now are either on that the larger pond that's kind of behind your building, or along some of the pathways that are in the natural areas. I know he doesn't want to have it on turf. He wants to have it in a natural seated area. So and then there's the other pond where the fishing area is. There's already that kind of funky stone that's there. So I don't want to have it compete with that. But so I was going to pull it further away. But I can send you the pictures. I'll send those to you right after this. Laura, if you'll just send them out.
Yeah. Will do. Yep.
Okay,
I
thanks.
definitely think they're water related.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, they look like big corks
Or
Yeah.
buoys.
Yeah.
or buoys or whatever. Yeah. Okay. So we'll look forward to seeing those, and then we'll go from there.
Perfect.
All right. I think that's it for you, Kendall. I think because I know you had to leave it by 10 or something. So.
Yeah, I have another meeting at 10. So I appreciate it. Thanks for putting me early in the agenda. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Have a
Bye.
great Monday, everyone. It's a beautiful day outside.
Bye,
Bye,
Kendall.
Kendall.
Do the same.
Thank you.
Bye.
Here.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so the next item is the next art show. So I think we need an update from Commissioner Anderson. From Sarah.
Yes. So I worked with Laura and Jessica on the copy for the Village Crier, and We decided on an August 15th deadline for all the applications. And we decided on a sizing of 16 by 20. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We decided on a sizing of 16 by 20 for all the paintings, more for being able to accept, I guess, around 30, so we can fit a few more in the City Hall. We have the Colorado based landscape theme, and we're going to have a Best of Show award, and then a first, second, and third place. And those awards would be judged by our juror, who is Boris Shoshensky. And then we would have the Village Award, which would be a painting somewhere in the Cherry Hills Village area. And I think we decided the commission would vote on that. And then we'll do a People's Choice Award, and that one I think we're going to have the paintings on the website so people can vote that way. And then also people kind of walking through can also vote. And then we'd announce the winner of the People's Choice Award maybe in January, sort of mid-January. And the show would be hanging from November. Laura, what was the end date? November to February?
May in the.
May.
Yeah. May.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had early November through May.
Right. We will have a reception, but it's sort of to be determined on timing. But I would think somewhere early November. You can correct me, Laura, if I'm getting anything wrong.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the applications, well, the Village Crier, the copy will go in for the May edition. I think that's it.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions?
Sounds good.
Yeah, no, I thank you for all your work put into that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Great.
looking forward to it. And I did talk to the president of the Colorado Watercolor Society, and she is going to put the call for entries on either the website, or she's going to send out an email to all the Colorado watercolor artists. So we could, get a pretty decent number of applications. And speaking of that, Jessica, I know you're accepting the applications, and our juror said that he preferred to receive 2 from each artist. He thinks that's a little more fair. So if that's okay with you.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Great.
Do you think he would have any issues if an artist only has 1? Do you envision that being a problem if there's only 1 they want to submit?
No, I don't think so. It's more really for the artist to make a choice. Typically there's 3. If you're limited to just 1, sometimes it's harder, I guess. If you're doing something plein air, to just find that right piece. So if you have 2 options that you think are good, you can, we'll choose one of those.
So we can just say up to 2.
Yeah, up to 2. And we forgot about that in the copy in the crier. So people may email you, Jessica, and ask how many submissions they can make. So up to 2.
Okay, perfect. I will communicate that when they start sending, if they have any questions or when they start sending the photos.
Yeah. Okay.
And can I just say, Sarah, that your own watercolors are so pretty.
Oh, thank
It was really
you.
nice to see them. I'm like, oh, look at those. Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
So the only
All right,
question that
thanks, Sarah.
staff had was to ask if you want us to include ribbons and a reception cost in the budget, because we don't have those included now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think ribbons would be nice. And I did tell Jessica and Laura that I would donate a monetary award for Best of Show. Actually, we can all decide, but I did want to donate for Best of Show, first, second, and third place. but I guess we can decide what we would want to do for People's Choice and a Village Award if we just wanted to do ribbons for those, or I could also donate. But that's just something we didn't really talk about. Anyone have an idea or?
Well, that's very generous of you. If you do some donation for some of
Yeah.
them, whatever, I don't think you need to do all of them. And then we should though put some money for a reception, don't you think, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And everyone?
yes,
Sure.
yeah. I
Right,
believe
some-
so.
Yeah, you do have some money. You can do like another about $500 for another reception or so, or you can also make it part of your annual fundraiser. If it's going to be in November, you can do one of the, do something. But
That's
there is money to do a reception.
Okay, yeah, I think that would be nice. Oh,
Yes,
and
well,
actually, the juror had asked if he could also put a painting in, not as to be judged, but just an example of his work. And so I thought that would be fine. That's okay with you all.
That sounds fair enough since he's volunteering.
Yeah, and they can look on his website. I mean, I always do that. I like to see how the juror paints, and I like to see some of their work, and so they'll be able to see that on his website. But I think he has more of his oil paintings, so if he can put, you know, maybe a watercolor out there. So I'll donate for best of show, and then first, second, and third, and maybe I'll do sort of a monetary for best of show, and then maybe an art store like Meiningers, some gift certificates to Meiningers for first, second, and third.
Yeah.
And then we do ribbons for People's Choice and Village.
Very nice.
Sounds great.
If you all agree.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
that sounds awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to think of combining the reception along with the fundraiser? I would think that would be a good fit.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay.
Kind of think along those lines.
So what typically do you do for the fundraiser? Is it like a reception, or how have you done the fundraisers in the past?
Well, the best, Kathy can tell you, she had the very best one. She hosted the very best fundraising event.
Yeah, some of them have been at houses. The last one we did was at the Civic Center, this new building where we dedicated really, and then we walked down the street to a private home and had a really nice reception. So I'm, you know, you can go either way. It'd be nice to have something there at City Hall. And if we could find a home nearby, great. If not, we can always just do the fundraiser right there in City Hall. Again, depending on how we are with the pandemic. And that's always a big.
Yeah. So I only live a few minutes away on Franklin, but people would have to drive over. It's just a couple minutes, but I wouldn't mind offering to host.
Okay.
Can I just step in and just note that for a fundraising event, if there's going to be alcohol involved, that's when the special event liquor permit raises its head. And that involves a poster being posted in front of the location for 10 days. So that's kind of why we've transferred more to City Hall from private residents. If you're okay having that in your front lawn, then great, but just wanted to give you that warning.
Or if your HOA, would be okay with it if you have
Right,
one.
or if you just don't want to have liquor, that's fine too. But I've been told that art and liquor are pretty meshed, so.
So what is it like? Is it a big sign, or like what is it?
Yeah, it's like a 36, 24 by 36, kind of this big, like a stake in the ground. It's not pretty. I'll be honest. It's not aesthetically pleasing. It's got to have
10
like
days,
the
right?
words have to be a certain size per state statute.
Okay.
It just says that, you know, a special event liquor permit has been applied for at this address for this date for this purpose. And if you
Okay.
have any issues, you have to contact the city so we can have a public hearing. So.
Okay. Right.
And Sarah, that's something new. We have not had to deal with, no one's had to deal with that in the past. So
Right.
that's why we mention it, because the city hall space is beautiful. We can certainly have it there.
Yeah.
So don't
Yeah.
feel
Right.
that you have to offer that. You're doing so much already.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind. No, I don't think that's a problem. I mean, I'll talk to my husband, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. We'll try to hide it.
Right.
And one more thing I just wanted to mention, and because of all this COVID stuff, and the only other consideration is if we did an annual event in the summer outside, that might be easier than doing it inside. But I don't really know because we don't have a crystal ball, right?
Mm-mm.
Right. Right.
Because normally we're trying to get as many people as possible to come to the annual event. Laura, I don't know, or do you guys know how many people attended the last one that Kathy described where we started at City Hall and went to the Abrams, or maybe
We had about
I can-
70,
It was
70
good.
people.
It was good
Yeah.
size.
Yeah.
70 people.
It might be easier to swap the two around. I don't know, maybe when we have our new art installation, maybe in August or 1st of September, when it's still
Warm.
can be warming, we can be outside and can enjoy the patio of City Hall on the deck. That's when to do the annual event and in quote our new art installation, and then just have a regular reception in November.
That's what
in City
I'm
Hall.
thinking, maybe because of, the uncertainty. I know, the weather here is always great, but we could have a shower, but normally it doesn't last. By the evening, we're usually pretty good that time.
And again, in the summer, you can move out onto the patio. You have that park. You can have you're in City Hall. They have to have the sign, not in somebody's front yard. So who cares?
Yeah, and it would attract people to the new town hall.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
just a thought because of COVID. 'Cause otherwise, of course, it's always very intimate and charming to have these events at people's homes.
Mhm.
But I'm just wondering for this year if we might want to
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
aim for outside and
Yeah.
then we'll
Yes.
look at it again the following year.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like.
I agree.
Yeah,
Forgot about that. Forgot about COVID.
yeah. That darn COVID. We're also fed up with it. Oh. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think
So,
that's.
sorry, did you say August, Pamela, is when we're?
Well,
meeting
yeah,
in-
Kathy was mentioning August or early September.
Okay.
I guess we want to aim. People are still away sometimes in August, but then school kind of starts mid-August. So I don't know what everyone else thinks about, when it's the best timing to get the most people. And end of August or into September. End of August still feels quite summery.
Mhm.
That could
Yeah.
be fun and have some
Yeah.
music out on the patio and
Right.
Yeah, that could be nice.
yeah.
I think
So then we
everybody's.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, people are starting to come back from vacations and, end of August, school starting, and kind of before Labor Day weekend might be good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So would we want to advertise in the August issue of the Crier then? I'm just trying to think timeline wise for planning.
No,
purposes.
Is that enough notice? Or we can always put something the month before, just save the date, right?
July.
Yeah, we can do a save the date in July and then more information in August if it's towards the end.
Right. Because when does the crier come out?
It usually comes out, we shoot for the first week, but we're at the mercy of the post
Oh, yeah,
office,
but that's
so-
early enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely delivered by the end of the second week at the latest. So if it's towards the end of August, then like we said, just before Labor Day, then they'll for sure have all of the information. If we know enough of the information for the July issue, we can put it in the July issue.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we shouldn't shoot for the July issue and then repeat it all in the August issue, since that's only
Mhm.
about 2 weeks.
Mhm.
We want people to, we have to get, well, I'm sure we'll try and get hosts like we have in the past, and we'll try and get people
Yeah.
to commit to it early. I'm sure we can have the information by July. I mean, it takes planning anyway.
So
We're getting caterer and maybe some music, which I would love to do. We have to have that all set up anyway.
Okay, so if we're gonna shoot for the July issue, we just have to have that information in June, because it's always the month before for printing. So usually the deadline falls around the 15th, so we'd have to shoot for having everything put together by June 15th, or whatever you want included in the July issue would need to be ready by June 15th.
Okay.
which means our May meeting with you guys, which I have a note to talk to you about as well, would be our last meeting before all that information would, the last time all y'all could talk about it together in a regular meeting kind of setting.
Right. So we can talk about how much money we have when we get to the budget now, like when we
Sure.
get to it at the end of this meeting, and then okay.
Do we, obviously to save the date, we need to have the date. Do we want to come up with a date?
Let's see. When do we historically have these? Was it on a weekend or a weeknight?
It's been on a weeknight before.
No.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Like maybe a Thursday evening, like August 26th, that's Thursday, or
That's,
toward
that
weekend?
sounds good. What's the next Thursday? Is that
It's
30?
September 2nd, my birthday.
Oh, it's September. But then that's Labor Day weekend coming up, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
So that's probably too close to, people may not want to, if you're going away Friday, you may not want to go out Thursday,
Yeah,
maybe August 25th
Thursday, the 26th,
or 6th.
or, yeah, Wednesday or Thursday, whatever people think.
Yeah, Thursday. I think Thursday's good.
Okay. that's
Thursdays are generally better for fundraising.
events. Yeah.
Which date are we looking at?
We're proposing Thursday, August 26th.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Are you guys envisioning not just the maybe like council chambers opened to the patio and
That's
including
what-
the patio, or just
yeah.
the patio, or what do you?
Yeah, the council chamber is open to the patio so that you can have food and stuff inside and take it out.
So, and right now, and who knows what's going to change between now and then, but right now we would still be operating under the seated food and drink only regulations for COVID. So just to keep that in mind.
The what
We
kind?
would
I
have
didn't hear
tables
that.
set up. We would have tables set up and people would have to sit down to eat or
Oh,
drink. You
uh-huh.
can't just wander around with your food and drink because of masks and stuff.
Even outside?
Outside might be a little different. I don't remember.
Outside might be different. The dial is supposed to go back to clear sort of mid-May, so they might dial back some of those restrictions. We're just not sure. Right now,
Okay.
it's seated, even outside, even if you're eating, because PTRC has been looking at doing some events outside as well. So we had our Parks and Trails coordinator look that up. So if you're eating and drinking, you have to be seated even if you're outside. Currently. So
Correct.
if any of that changes, then we can definitely let you know.
Okay,
Which
yeah.
we should have for the May meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think that's supposed to change on the 13th-ish of May. So if it does, we can give you an update at our next meeting.
That would be great. Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
guys want to talk about ticket costs now or wait till the next meeting for that kind of detail?
I don't know. I was assuming we might just do what we did the last time, but what do you think?
Sure.
Dave, Kathy, Ann?
Yeah, that worked out well the last time with the host tickets were $300 per person, $500 for a couple, and then the regular ticket prices were $125.
Yep.
And then the host committee names, they were printed on the invitation. So,
When would we send out the invitation?
you at least, what's the usual rule? 15 days in advance or something like that. But we'd want to post some of that in the crier too. So last time, just to give, and like I'm leaving the board, so I'll just throw this out and you all can discuss. The last time, each commissioner member was sort of responsible for finding one host person, and either at the $300 or $500 level. And then that committee, then those host committee, and you just tell them that they don't have to do anything. All we do is want their name and their money.
But they do get their name as under the hosts on there.
They get their name under the host thing. They really are not, sometimes when you're a host, you also have to find people to attend. We're not that way. We just want their name underneath the host committee and their money. They don't have to do any work because the commission usually pulls together the caterer and all the things. So really that's all that we want for the host committee.
And to be honest, they don't even have to attend. They usually want to attend, but they don't have to. If they just say, oh, we want to support the event, but we're out of town, we still won't be happy to have their support and we'll still put their name on and everything.
Yeah. So.
And is the invitation like an actual paper invitation you send out, or is that,
Yes.
is it electronic? Okay.
Yeah, I might even be able to show you one. Dave did a beautiful one, right, Dave?
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
A couple years ago,
Where
yeah.
is that? I may have one. Let me see.
So if we're looking at 15 days before the event, that's sending out the invitations around August 11th. Does that sound
Yeah.
time-wise okay for you guys?
Yeah, or maybe a little sooner.
So
Because
maybe
the
like
mail has been pretty lousy.
yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Maybe
you might
towards the 1st of
around
August.
the 1st, yes, so that
Okay.
they can get the response in. And
So then, if Dave is willing to design our invitations again, Dave, would you be willing
I'll see.
to?
I've actually retired and closed my business after 53 years.
Oh, wow.
congratulations, retirement.
But
Yeah, congratulations on retirement.
yeah, let me talk to my computer person and we might be able to kind of keep the same format, but obviously change the photos and colors and so on and so forth. So
Yeah, it was really nice.
Do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Okay.
great.
Thank you. That'd be wonderful. I was going to ask what kind of lead time, if we're putting the host committee names on the invitation, when we would need to know those names by. If we're needing to send out invitations by August 1st and they would need to be printed, and
Yeah.
designed, and I'm just wondering
Okay.
how far back that goes.
We'll probably need to have all the host names, I would say by July 1st, so that they can be, the invitation can be designed, printed, proofed, addressed.
Yeah.
So that gives
either July 1st or
Yeah, so that gives the commission members all of May, all of June to find a host member, if that's the route you want to go. And then July is when you all crank up with the design of the invitation, print the host committee, address the envelopes, all that good stuff.
For the last one that we did, Kathy, that was your caterer that was at the Abrams house?
It was the Abrams caterer.
It's the Abrams caterer. Okay. Well, if you want to recommend anybody, I have someone in mind as well that's possible, but if you have a recommendation,
Yeah.
feel free and I can look into that.
Okay, anything
right.
more on the
Art show, or are we done?
fundraiser? I think we've got a lot of information on that already, so that's awesome. Okay, the next item is
Oh, Kathy, what time do you have to, leave at 10:30?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Coming up, okay.
I'm 10:20.
And you're 10:20, okay.
I am. I'm getting my shot.
Oh, good for you.
We can actually skip the next item because I told Shenley we would just bump it to the next agenda since she wasn't able to attend this meeting.
Okay, perfect.
We'll move which item to the next?
The utility boxes.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll move that to the next meeting.
Yep.
Okay. So then the next item is art appraisal.
And this is really just a report that we got the final appraisal report, and here it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I did have a question about it. Should I just go ahead?
yeah.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have Kendall here, but the only thing that I had a question on is, do you guys remember how much we paid for the new piece, Gusto, in front of the City Hall?
60, wasn't it?
60, right? And she only has it as 40, and I don't see how we can do a replacement for 40. Like, I don't know if she thinks we can just go out into the market and find one. We certainly wouldn't be able to replace it for 40 from the artist. We just bought it recently, so. And it was really based on, like a lot of material work. It's a big piece, so.
And it's a big difference.
Yeah. So I was kind of puzzled. The other artists, I don't know as well, or some of them like the Butterfield, I'm not surprised that went up. But anyway, my only question was on the Gusto. So I don't know if we can go back to her, or we should bring that up with Kendall, or.
Maybe we can reach out to her and just let her know, like send her an invoice of what we actually paid and see if she has any thoughts about that. Insurance wise, we can insure it up to the amount that we paid for. It's just if we have an appraisal that shows that it's less, then obviously I don't know what Sursa would do at that point. They probably only want to give us what the appraisal is good for.
Exactly.
So yeah, so we'll reach out to her and we'll let her know how much we paid and then see if she has any thoughts on why she appraised it for so much less than what we actually paid.
Right. And also because she mentions it looks like she reached out to some of the artists of the pieces we own, but his name is not listed there. So maybe she could reach out to, Anthony if she needs further information.
Okay.
Gilberto.
Gilberto. Yes. Anthony. What did I say? Yep. Gilberto Romero. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. We'll send her an email and then see what she says and give you guys an update at the next meeting.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So is that it on the art appraisal then? So we'll move on to new business, which the first item is the annual event, which I think we've already discussed. Do we need to do anything there, Laura, as far as
I don't
votes
think
or
so.
roll call or anything?
No, not yet.
Not, okay.
Unless you think our estimates are low, we put the estimates on the back page in the budget section of the memo. So if you think any of those might be low, I mean, obviously, if it's being held at City Hall, you wouldn't necessarily need a valet service unless we're not holding it at City Hall, then that could be something you guys would have to do. So that money could be absorbed into another one of those lines.
Okay.
I'm trying to, there you go.
I would mind adding that I think it's so nice.
What?
Pamela, who's talking?
I think Pamela froze.
Oh, Pamela, you there?
Yeah.
Well, while we're waiting, does anybody else have any thoughts?
No, I think that's still pretty much in line. I'm doing 3 more events at the house this year, and this is about what it's coming in at.
Okay, thank you, Kathy.
All right. So is that it for the annual event? We're okay with that. The next item would be meeting time.
Yeah, so Kendall has let us know that she has several new clients, thank you. And one of them, she has an ongoing conflict at 10 a.m. now on Mondays. So I wanted to bring that to the commission's attention and see if, kind of what your thoughts were around that, if it's okay just to have her for half an hour at the beginning of the meetings, or if you want her for the entire meeting like we had previously, then we might have to consider changing the meeting time. Just wanted to get some feedback on that.
Okay.
I'm open to changing the day.
You're what?
I'm open to changing the day to have her full time.
And she mentioned she's available at 9, so moving the meeting up a half an hour.
I like that
we could look
idea.
at changing the day.
Yeah. But again, you're going to have 2 new commissioners. Should you wait till?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, it was more just getting a feedback from, if you guys are interested in changing, then yeah, we'll wait until we get our new commissioners on and then see what everyone can agree on.
yeah, I
So we
think
definitely want everybody to.
I think it would be advantageous to have her here for the majority of the time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that feedback. So we'll bring that back at the next meeting. Which we also
Can you
need to
guys
talk
hear me
about
now?
because the next.
Yes. we
Hey,
lost you for a
Pamela,
minute.
you're back.
I don't know what happened there. It was the weirdest thing. But anyway, I'm sorry. Just what did I miss?
We were just talking about changing the meeting time.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. And what do we decide?
Noted. We're gonna move it to the next agenda when we have our new commissioners. But generally speaking, the commission is supportive of changing a meeting time or a day so that we can have Kendall for the entire meeting.
Oh, I agree with that too. Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
And then speaking of the next meeting, if I could just interject something that's not on the agenda here, our next meeting falls on Memorial Day. So we do need to get that rescheduled. And so I was gonna maybe just send out a doodle poll for other days that week, than the week before and the week after, and just try to find a day and time that work well for everybody, hopefully, but that's always a little challenging. So just wanted to get a general sense if 9 a.m. 9:30 on other mornings is a good way to start that process, or if you guys have a different idea of how to go about that. Or the previous Monday, just stick with Mondays.
Yeah, maybe let's look at the 24th. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, that would work for me.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll do, not to put everyone on the spot now, so I'll send out an email and see if everyone's available on the 24th, and that would certainly be easiest.
Okay.
Oh, including the new members, right?
Including the new members, yeah, which I think they both are, because originally I looked at the calendar wrong and told them it was the 24th, and I had to go tell them, oh, no, never mind, it's not the 24th.
And city council voted on them and they're all approved?
They will be officially approved by city council, or they're officially up for approval by city council at the May next one, 20th? No. The mid-May meeting, because that's when Kathy's term ends. So I wanted to get them both in kind of at the same time approval.
Okay.
18th, thank you, sorry, May 18th.
Wonderful.
Okay. So moving on to reports. The co-chairs, I don't think I have anything more. Do you, Pamela?
No.
Okay. In the village crier, we've discussed that.
Yes,
The next issue will have the little article about Kathy, right?
correct.
Okay. And the farewell to Commissioner Finger.
Bye.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you. Goodness.
We are, for sure. Certainly, we thank you for all of your hard work and commitment over the last 4 years. And, like I said before, thank you for hosting the 2018 fundraiser. You definitely know how to throw a good party. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
And
It was
Kathy from
great.
the
It's been
staff,
great.
thank you so much. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's been great working with all the commissioners. And it's been really great working with the city staff. You guys are wonderful. You should have halos.
I agree.
Well, we've appreciated working with you as well. Thank you for
Yes.
everything that you've done on behalf of staff as well.
Absolutely.
Any fun plans that you're working on after?
But there is another group that I might do a Monday morning volunteer work for. So,
Oh, good for you.
Awesome.
but as soon as we can get out of Dodge, I mean, we just got back from California. We've already been traveling, but our trip to the Arctic was canceled. Our trip to Patagonia is canceled. Our trip to Mendoza canceled. So we've got all these hikes and trips planned, and as soon as we can, we're going to be on the go.
Yeah, sounds wonderful. Enjoy.
Well, yeah, enjoy your travels. Thank you.
Thank you.
Art Commission members, does anyone else have anything to report on at this time? So, what, financial update?
So it sounds like based on what was discussed today, I will not be adding an additional reception cost to the budget, but I will be adding some ribbon costs. So I'll just use the amount of the ribbons. If those ribbons that we had for the photography exhibit were size-wise were okay, then I'll just
Do that.
use that as a placeholder expense for the ones that Commissioner Anderson wants.
Yeah, those were a good size for the size of the paintings and pictures.
Okay, is there anything else from anyone?
I thought it was,
Sorry, go ahead, Anne Marie.
oh, I just thought it was interesting. I don't know if you noticed in the Denver Post, the artist art on loan for Lone Tree that they had, which was a collaboration between two artists. And I thought that was an interesting combination. If you saw it, it was also a very strong sculpture.
Interesting, I didn't see that.
Yeah, we should ask Kendall about that.
True. Okay. I guess no further business. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Kathy. Thank you for
Bye.
everything.
Bye, Kathy.
Hey.
Bye. We'll see you next time.